So technology has been roaring higher for the last year, and the semiconductor sector has just broke out to new highs. So today we're going to talk about which stock to fade in the semiconductors and which one to trade. So this is another episode of Follow the Money. My name is Joshua Belanger, and let's take a look here at the semiconductor, the SMH. So as I said, we just broke out to a new all-time 50, or actually a new all-time high here. And notice the volatility in the semis. So this is something to keep in mind when trading technology stocks or the semiconductors, is that there's a bit of volatility and then you get these big rips higher. Now, the SMH is made out of a handful of stocks here, and we're going to talk about two specifically, one to fade and one to trade. So before I show you the one to fade, I wonder if you can guess it. Alrighty, hopefully you guessed right. Intel. Intel is going to be the one that I'm going to say is a fade. Now, just recently, the CEO came out, or no, I'm sorry, the company came out and replaced their CEO. Now, that's not typically what you want to see. It did get a little bit of a lift here, but notice the pop and then the drop. Now, if we look at a longer term trend here, and I don't want to go too fundamental or too technical on you, but let's just look at the last 3 years. This is dead money, completely dead money. When we take a look at the SMH, it's completely different in relative form, relative strength. I mean, it's just been outperforming here. So when you look at, understand the comparison, this is one you just sell the Intel. I mean, there's individuals, there's funds coming in and trying to look at it as value. It's a sell. I mean, there's no reason to trade this, to buy this, to own this. This is dead money. Now, the other one that I want to show you that we should trade, and not only because it's a good setup here, but also because there's money coming in. That's the whole point about this is follow the money, right? So we're going to look at go back to the daily here, and the stock that we've talked about before in other episodes of Follow the Money that has always been a good setup with opportunity to make profit on the big pops has been this STM Micro. We talked about this a few months ago. They're buying these out of the money calls. We've been seeing them in big volume. Now today wasn't the amount of calls that we've normally seen, but again, this is one that continues to, this had this big move higher here. I think this was on earnings here, dropped back, rebounded, continues to find buyers, and now right here, we're setting up for a wedge for a possible breakout higher. Now, this is what technical traders look at. Let's just take a look here at the 3-year, make decision on 3 years here. So on these bars here, we're breaking out to new all-time highs on the 3-year chart. So that's important. This is relative strength. This is follow the leader. And these are the names you want to be in if you're looking to buy and to let the, instead of Intel where it's going nowhere and the tailwinds are becoming headwinds, this one, tailwinds are working in its favor here. So let's take a look here at the activity that I want to show you, the reason why we want to trade this. In the March contract here, in the March 36 strike, or the March 45 strike, 2,900 contracts traded against an open interest of 1,000. Now, it's not that big that we've seen in previous videos, but when they're buying these for $1.25, that's a decent amount of money going in here. They're new buyers. They're also coming into the 50s here, so those spec buyers. Before we're seeing like 25,000 contracts trade in these out of the monies, but yeah, I mean, not as much as before, but this is something to keep an eye on here. Not too much activity in April or in February, but right here in March with 36 days, they're positioning here. We take a quick look here at the time and sales on Thinkorswim, and just do it by volume here. So we see the January 21 50 calls are buying those 440, but here the July as well, some activity there, and some accumulation here in some of these contracts. So again, we see the some 72s. It looks to be where these were being rolled out, possibly, or part of it. 69 contracts September. So we see some decent activity. Looking at overall, here's that March, $45.15. So again, take a look here, seeing activity across the board here, but more focused right now in that March contract. Here's that September. Take a look here in the January, and here's some in the January as well. So some further timeouts. So right now, most focused on the activity in March. We've seen this before, and the activity has been where it's been right. We've seen a pop higher. Now the problem before is that they were going too far of the money, but here they're coming right at where they should, and they're risking that one block that we saw where it was bought at $1.15. So they're buying between $1.15, $1.25 ish, and that's something here with the 45 strike. Price is at 42.57. We continue to see that momentum. 45 up there. That's where you sell into. But again, the risk in $1.15. I imagine in the next couple weeks, you want to hold for about 3 weeks on this one. I mean, you see a big pop and you sell into that pop. So on $1.15, depending on how quickly it moves and how aggressively it moves, it could go into $2.30 pretty quickly here. And that's not specifically providing a context on option pricing, because if it drags on too long, then it eats away at the premium paid. You get a quick snap like that, you get a big pop, and those could pop anywhere from 100% win to 200% win. So keep an eye on that one. And that's today's Fade It or Trade It. So again, sell Intel, dump Intel, buy STM. We'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell a friend. And if you have a nasty comment, I'll take those as well. See you next time.